Hello, I went ahead and I ordered the satellite interface kit that is sold by the ARRL, and is based on another article from Marc Spencer that is called Satellite CAT Interface for Working the Analog Birds. This one was published in 2012, and that's how it looks. The finished board basically allows you to use a radio that is non-full duplex, like the FT-817, which I have here. Allows you to use that radio to work the satellites. And there's a link online. You can get the full article on the ARRL page. I believe you go, there's a link right there. Thank you. Yeah, there it is. That's the article that was published on the QST magazine. All the details there. That's the prototype board, and it goes into all the details on how it works. I went ahead and ordered the kit from the ARRL Store. You can see here it comes with a PCB. Not a whole lot of parts, not that many. Got some LEDs. We have a switch in here. We have an IC here. We got a connector. This is the DB9 type connector. We have another switch, a cable connector. We have some resistors, some more parts here. And this is the CAT satellite interface kit. And it came with the connector that goes from here to the computer, and this is a DB8 mini DIN 8 pin connector. We're gonna assemble that one, and I'm gonna be using my solder station, the Yaesu FT-817. Let's see here. Very straightforward. Here you have 5 resistors here, and as you can see there are 5 here, so logic tells me that's where the 5 go. Then you have 2 others that are the same. Those must go here where it says 1K, and then basically it's just like filling the blanks. Very straightforward assembly. I have my solder set at 650. This is the first one. This is a 1K. I usually do the smaller ones, and from the center to the outside of the board. This board, they're pretty much the same. The largest one is this here, and the connector, we'll do those last. All the others, you have plenty of space to place them, so I think we are good. I'm going to put the other 5. Here you can see the finished board. Relatively easy, even if you've never done it before. Not a whole lot components. Now I need to trim those leads, make it pretty, and I think we're fabricated good. The cable that we need from the radio to the computer, and the parts came with this connector here. It's a Molex connector, 3 pins, and with the 8-pin DIN connector. Took an old USB cable cut the ends, and then I solder the 3 pins accordingly. And I was gonna do a heat shrink, but they were all too big, so I ended up taking this one, and then I filled it up with hot glue, and it came out pretty good. I don't plan to take it apart, so it will give it some, you know, strength. And then here the 8 pins, I solder the cables to accordingly also, and then also put a little bit of hot glue in there, and then close the case, and there it is. I have a quick diagram I want to show you here on the wiring. This is the board here, see? That would be your board, right? So the 8 pins, again, from your accessory port on your FT-817, this one here is your ground, the one here at the bottom to the left is your power, and then in the center row, the one on the right by itself there, that's your RxD, or your, let's call it data port, data pin, and you have to wire them like this. Ground goes here on the left, power in the middle, data on the outside. This will be right here, those 3 pins. Okay, then I got myself a USB serial connector. You can see here, got it on eBay. And then I plugged it to the computer, and it came with the driver. Came with the driver. Got it on eBay, and I put that in there, and relatively easy. It came up as COM port 8 right here, and everything's working properly. So I think we're good to connect the board to the serial. You connect the board to the serial adapter, plug into your computer, and next I'm gonna connect the power here. It takes the power from the radio, so don't forget, if you leave it connected, it's gonna deplete the battery in your radio. This one here only goes one way, and there you can see we have the power LED came up, and this one here is the V/U. They're both on. Okay, good. We have power here. Next it says to turn on the radio, and turn on the radio and make sure you are on BFO mode, not in the memory mode. So we have BFO A is on UHF, BA, and BFO B is on VHF. Next we're gonna launch SatPC32. By the way, that picture was at Ana Maria Island here in Florida. So we have SatPC here running. It's set to track FO29, and again I just want to see if it's working. You have to go to setup, radio setup. In there you're gonna pick model FT-736. You pick 736. The COM port is going to be number 8, as you saw when we connected the serial adapter. The cut delay, click here, set that one to 0. Then we go here to baud rate, and this is very important. Select 4800. I tried earlier and I had a problem. It was not communicating, and I contacted Marc Spencer and asked him give me any hints on what might be wrong. And he advised me to change the baud rate. Apparently there's something with the version, the SatPC32 version that I'm using, that it's not working on the other baud rates. So I changed the baud rate to 4800 here on the software and also on the radio. But before we do that, make sure you uncheck everything here. You don't need to check any of that. And then you're going to click Store. Of course, here in the radio, you select Yaesu. Store. And then you get out of that, and it's going to tell you you need to restart your program. Okay, so while we do that, we're closing, and then in the radio you go to the menu number 14, and you're going to pick 48, like that, 4800 baud. That's your cut rate. Make sure you have the same on both the radio and the computer. And then we go here, launch SatPC again. I'm getting that warning, but that's something else. That's for the rotor controller. That's for the XB, which is not connected, and it's giving me that warning. So we're back to SatPC. We did the radio setup here. Just double check everything is the way we wanted. Radio number 2, leave it none, because we're only using one radio. Then if you go up here to cut, you're gonna see you have to, these ones here, make them 0. The interval, by clicking these arrows here, you make them 0, and the speed you have to do X10. You will have to do that every time you launch the software. Go in here, X10. If not, you may see a little bit of a delay, but always remember to do this. And then here we're going to be in the upper sideband, lower sideband mode. Click that one and then continue, and I believe that's it. It should be tracking here. When you make sure you have the cut control on, you do minus, see, no, that is off, and then if you do plus, it's gonna do activate the cut control. And basically it's going to send this frequency here to the radio, making the Doppler correction. Okay, so I'm going to, right now is 854 in here, right? No, 435, 855. And then in here we have 854. When I do once I activate the cut control, I believe it should send that frequency here to the radio. Let's see. I'm going to click here in the plus sign. I'm going to click that, and let's see if it sends the new frequency here. Okay, for some reason it's not sending the frequency, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to close. It's 854 and here is 855. I'm going to close it and reopen the SatPC again. Okay, it's open. Let me launch that. Everything is set up. Let's see. Ah, there it goes. You saw it changed to 855, which is the same frequency we have here. See it up there? 435A55, 435A55. Nice. And see how it's changing. Look at that. 47, 48. And I also see the data LED is blinking. Very nice. So it's working. Data. So now if I press the PTT here, it should jump to 2 meters. Let's see. I'm gonna click PTT. Oh, there you have it. It jumped to the 2 meter frequency. Make sure you have the antenna connected. I have a small antenna there and the front also. Let's do this again. Let me show you again. I moved the radio here on top of the laptop so you can have a good view of the frequencies down here in the software and also on the radio. Notice that the radio is updating the downlink frequency, which is on UHF in BFOA, and I have my board here. See that the data is blinking, and when I press the PTT, it's supposed to jump to the transmitting frequency, to the uplink. Let's do that. And I press PTT. Yeah, there is your 2 meter. Let's do that again. Press and it jumps to 2 meter, which is BFOB in 2 meter. And that's the whole purpose of the interface, is updating the Doppler on the BFOA and B. And when you press, it's gonna jump from the downlink frequency going to the uplink, and then when you release the PTT, it goes back to the updated uplink frequency. We press, there's your VHF, we release, and it jumps to the corrected downlink frequency as shown here in the software. Same way, when you press the PTT, it jumps to the updated uplink frequency. See right there, 951.54, and now when I release, it's gonna jump to 852.2. There you go. So the board makes that correction and allows you to work with this radio FT-817, which is non-full duplex. I hope you liked the video. And don't forget to put your comments, put your questions below, and stay tuned for more videos. Next, I'm gonna try and do a live QSO using the interface. Thank you very much for watching, and 73s.